Hello and welcome to video 3. In this video, we will explore how to overcome barriers when supporting someone to get online. Disclaimer, we do not recommend one app or website over another and appreciate that there are many other options available to online users. Your use of an app or website is at your own discretion, and we cannot be held responsible for any issues encountered through a participant's usage. All information included in these videos is correct as of November 2024. Within these videos, we refer to digital skills needed to access pension credit services. Many of these digital skills are transferable to different digital tasks, which can help support an individual's confidence with being online. For further information about pension credit, please contact the Pension Credit Helpline. Telephone 0800 991234 with option 2 for Welsh language, or text phone 0800 169 0133. So overcoming barriers to engaging with online services, that includes pension credit services, but other online services as well. To consider the barriers, consider what you do day to day online. Think about the different digital tasks you do every day. Think about that maybe from a work-based perspective, or think of it from being at home in your own leisure time. What things might stop you from being online? What barriers could present that may stop you from going online tomorrow? There are different barriers that people face, and these could include skills. So actually learning a digital skill takes a lot of time, and it also needs a bit of a safe space for people to do so without the pressure of being online and worrying about getting it wrong. Access. Um, talking about access, that includes the cost of technology. It includes connectivity. There's lots of reasons why we may struggle with access to get online. Motivation, so that what to do online, making the most out of the internet, making the internet relevant to someone. We go back to hobbies and interests that we mentioned in previous videos around trying to find motivations for people to overcome that barrier. And then we've got confidence and fear. Sometimes people are really worried about going online. There's, information out there that could be about a scam. It could be seen in the news or something like that. There's lots of fears, and confidence is affected from that. And that's completely understandable. It's about being reassuring, providing guidance, and providing relevant and useful online safety information as someone goes through this learning experience. So, you start off by getting a device for the first time. You may learn about password safety from the beginning. You learn about web browser basics in terms of safety as well. So there's lots of things we can do to provide that confidence and reassurance. A barrier that people face when it comes to being shown digital tools or digital information is the jargon that comes alongside that. There are lots of words that may have double meanings or confusing meanings that may mean something in the digital world, but may also mean something in their day-to-day lives. So, when you think of words like tablets, well, that could mean medication, but a tablet in terms of digital context is a touchscreen mobile device. It could be the word cookies, that could be seen as a biscuit, but actually a cookie is something that devices use. It's crumbs of information that build a picture of what you've looked at online. Scroll, it could be old parchment, but actually scrolling is a way to navigate around a screen. You got words like platform. Well, there's lots of different uses of the word platform, but there's also a range of services available on the internet, which are different platforms. And words like app, which is just a word born out of using the internet, really, which is, a quick way to access a web service through a device's app. But these all could be confusing for people. People might not know what they mean. Don't avoid using jargon words. People need to learn these words as well, but make sure you're mindful of jargon and you're mindful of explaining it along the way as well. So considering then accessibility. Accessibility features, such as screen readers, are often built into mobile devices at no extra cost. A really important takeaway from this video could be for you to explore your own accessibility features on your devices. So perhaps go into your settings menu on your device, look for the word accessibility as a sub-menu, and then you'll see lots of different features that are built into the device. Lots of modern smart devices now come with an accessibility menu with lots of useful features on them, including screen readers, magnifiers, and other accessibility features as well. Devices differ from manufacturer to manufacturer, but there's a lot of crossover in terms of what's available. A good place to start is to go onto a search engine and then search for your device type. So perhaps that's Android, Apple, Windows. Search for Apple accessibility features or Android accessibility features, or perhaps search for your particular device's model and then put the word accessibility features after it. You'll find lots of useful guides on a search engine for those features, so you can find out lots more information about them. Pension credit services are also available through accessibility options. So we've got Relay UK, which is the number on screen 18001 and then 0800 991234. Or you've got British Sign Language as well, which is a video relay service if you're on a computer. There are links on this screen at the moment, but they'll also be shared with you in the resource document as well. When it comes to other barriers, we can consider online safety. People can be discouraged from going online if they don't think it's safe. And there is a little bit of what is perceived versus what is actual reality when it comes to being safe online. We hear a lot of scare stories, and rightly so. There are a lot of things that can happen to someone, such as online scams. But that may paint an unrealistic picture of the online world because the news stories they read, most news could be bad news, and it might paint a negative picture of the digital world. However, we know that nothing is 100% safe. And actually, learning online safety steps along the way is really important to help you on your learning journey. So, for example, driving a car. When we learn to drive a car, we learn how to buckle the seatbelt, check all of our measurements. We learn to check for hazard perceptions. We know how to put it in neutral and use the handbrake and check our perceptions. So there's lots of things that we do there to keep ourselves safe. And it's the same with being online. It's about password safety, web browser safety, understanding about malicious links, understanding email safety. These are all little steps that put together make being online a safer space. It's not dangerous if we follow some basic safety advice and rules. So there are internet scams and phishing, however. Unfortunately, just like in any walk of life, criminals also operate online. The aim is often to make you visit a website, which may download a virus onto your computer or steal bank details or other personal information. Online services are often used by scammers, which is why it's important to be vigilant. Unfortunately, when it comes to online services, maybe such as pension credit, it can add an extra level of pressure to someone. And that is what scammers will utilize to their advantage to try and make you make a rash decision. So it may be that a link is sent to you over email suggesting that you need to go on to this link to do your pension credit application. And if you don't, then you may not be eligible anymore. Well, there's a pressure suddenly added to that, and it's forcing you to go to that link and then enter in information. These are little tactics that scammers will use to try and scare and coerce people into making rash decisions. There is no pressure to make these decisions, but it's what the scammers will do to sort of enforce you to do it. Now, it's really important to be mindful that there's only one link to do a pension credit application, and that is the one we see on screen now. The online pension credit application process is through the link that you see on the screen now, and that will be on the resource document that you'll have alongside these slides. Any other link, please just close the web browser and maybe shut down the device as well for extra bit of safety. Use web browser safety steps to make sure you're safe online. So there's things like the padlock, the HTTPS, check the web address, look for all these features. So you can see on that web address there on the screen that it's got HTTPS. It's got those specific words in the web address. That's how we know that that is the actual web address for pension credit. If using a shared device, use a private web browser and ensure you log out and close all web pages after completing your pension credit application. Do not allow your web browser to save any details you input. Sometimes when you're entering information on an online form, it'll ask you, do you want your web browser to remember this information? For this, say no. It's just best because you're probably entering quite private information in, and there's no need for your web browser to save that information. Once the form is submitted, it goes to the Department for Work and Pensions. It doesn't actually need to be saved on your device. So some further online safety considerations. The Pension Credit Service links to your existing pension credit account where you receive your pension payments. Therefore, the Pension Credit Service will not ask you for any bank account details during the online application process, other than the name of your bank. So if you are being driven to a link to enter in information, including bank account details, sort code, etc., know that that is likely a scam, and it's best to close down the web browser immediately. So once completed online, you will receive an email or letter confirming the status of your pension credit application. A reply envelope will be included in that. In small cases, a follow-up call may be received from DWP to confirm some extra details. An identity verification process will be required at that point. If you receive a call or ask for bank details during the application process, end the call, sign out of any web browsers, and call 0800 99 1234, which is the official pension credit helpline. If you feel like you've been a victim of any cybercrime or scams, there's also Action Fraud, which is the National Cybercrime Reporting Agency, and that'll again be listed in the resource document as further information. Okay, so that draws video 3 to a conclusion. Thank you for listening, and we will see you in video 4.